Sis! Welcome to today's Big Brother Canada updates and spoilers. Our house guest of the day is Haley Milne. I hope I said your name right. Thank you so much for supporting us on Patreon. You're awesome. And if you guys want to be house guest of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below. And definitely check it out soon because I'm about to be out a house guest of the day. And we're like barely into this thing. So, those spots, there's plenty open. Alright, so they had the have-not competition yesterday, and the house guests were split up into two teams. Let's go. Team number 1, Jared, Kelsey, Raul, Mitch, Tim, and Cassandra. Team 2, Dallas, Maddie, Ramsey, Lavita, Nikki, Phil, and Nick. Now, I want you to go ahead and take a quick look at that breakdown on the teams. I feel like there is a pretty clear divide there, and that set up some crazy stuff. It set us up for a crazy ride. So it seems like the competition had some sort of a baseball theme, and the have-nots for the week are Jared, Kelsey, Raul, and Tim. So that means that Mitch and Cassandra were on the losing team, but I guess they only have room for 4 in the have-not room. And I think the way it worked, is that the winning team got to pick who was going to be exempt from being have-not for the week. So I guess they were like, Cassandra, we feel bad for you because you've already been a have-not for 2 weeks. And Mitch, sure. So anyway, this competition was freaking wild. They had alcohol during the comp, and apparently things got really, really crazy. I think they were like yelling at Big Brother when they got cut off on the booze. Also, Dallas and Jared had a blow-up. Apparently, like, Mitch was involved, and then Kelsey was yelling at Dallas, and, like, they were spitting seeds at each other, like, sunflower seeds in each other's faces. And Tim threw a baseball bat over a hedge, and it hit Maddie in the knee, and she was, like, crying about that. What? So I'm not sure exactly what happened, like the huge overview of everything, but it sounds like at one point in the competition, one team was leading 6-0, and you know these people are going to get desperate because they don't want to be have-nots for the week. And then, you know, the alcohol and the emotions took over, and things went effing nuts. Now, I'm excited to see this on TV, but I'm a little bit worried that they're going to edit out all of the really good stuff, because I feel like Big Brother Canada has a tendency to really, like, try to protect the house guests. Why would they want to do that? I want to see the crazy shit. I want it. So hopefully we're going to get to see some good stuff tomorrow night. But anyway, after that competition, everyone was emotionally exhausted. They were all trying to get their last-minute chats in still with Joel before the nominations, and he's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I need more time to calm down after that have-not competition because it was a lot. It was extra. So Joel, Mitch, and Lavita were chatting in the HOH room for, like, forever. So they were trying to decide. Should we go after Dallas's crew, or should we go after Jared's crew? So it looked like they were leaning more towards Jared's crew, namely Kelsey and Raul. So then they were like, okay, great. If those are our nominations, if the power veto is used, would you, A, nominate Jared, or B, nominate a pawn like Tim and just take out whoever is left up on the block? So that's something that they're thinking about. And it seems like, what's his face? Joel. I'm really tired. It seems like Joel would want to put up a pawn and not go after Jared. So they're thinking that Jared is going to respect this, and they think that it might even be good for his game, and they want to sell it to him that way because the target on him will be much smaller once one of his allies is gone, because instead of this big 3-headed monster looming over everyone, it'll only be a 2-headed monster. So they also want to make sure when they're figuring out their nominations that the two sides are still going to want to go after each other. If you take out someone like Jared this week, will Dallas still be motivated enough to go after Kelsey and Raul, or would he change his focus? So these are things they want to think about. All right, so they had nominations last night, and Joel put up Kelsey and Raul. It was crazy. The trio was shocked and pissed. Like, really? Why were you so shocked? I don't understand that. But Mitch was comforting Jared in a very teary, slash angry Kelsey, and Mitch was like, I didn't even know it was gonna happen. Oh shit, yes you did! But he was trying to act like he thought Joel was gonna put up Dallas and Maddie, and he's like, oh, every time I went up there to talk to Joel, Levita was always in there, and she was always pushing for you guys. So he is totally putting the blame onto Levita, and they are just like eating that up. So Kelsey's all just like, I just want to go home. I don't even want to campaign, especially against Raul. Like, I'm so over this. So then Kelsey and Raul were crying and whining together. I'm not saying that you can't be upset when you get put up on the block, but, like, it's almost like they forget that there's a power of veto. Like, at least wait to freak out until after the power of veto. So Kelsey was like it's good against evil, and Joel chose evil. Yes, because you're the good people. Okay, so Kelsey also keeps saying, like, she can't understand how this is good for Joel's game. She talks to him all the time, and not just game, also personal stuff. And Dallas and Maddie have only said, like, 2 words to him. Wham! So the interesting thing here is that they refuse to blame Joel. They are putting everything onto Levita. They're like, these are Levita's nominations. Like, I can't imagine Joel ever doing this. Guess what? He just did. This is so, like, after the first week, when they were trying to figure out who that 4th vote was for Kelsey, and they didn't want to believe that it was Dallas. You guys remember that? This is that all over again. So, meanwhile, Levita, Tim, Nikki, Maddie, and Cassandra are up in the HOH with Joel, and they're just like, good job, you handled it so well, oh my god, you're great, oh my god. So, moving on. For some reason, Big Brother left the high roller room open yesterday after nominations without explanation. So the house guests were all going in there. They were like looking under the couch cushions, trying to find any clues for like some whatever. They didn't find anything. So then they were all just like hanging out there in case something happened. I don't know, maybe there's going to be some sort of twist having to do with the jackpot thing. Like maybe you have to be in the room when the jackpot lights go off. I don't know. But a bunch of them were just kind of like in and out of there the whole night, just chilling. So Jared and Joel had an important chat in the HOH room. Jared goes in there and he's just like, I just want to let you know that we're still cool. So Joel is explaining his nominations to Jared, and he's like, yeah, I mean, the numbers in this house are dwindling, and it just didn't sit well with me to have a group of 3 controlling so much of the vote in the house. Like, it's not safe. So Jared's like, yeah, I mean, that's true and all, but what about the other group of 3, Dallas, Maddie, and Ramsey? Like, why us over them? So Joel's like, yeah, I know, like, I get that. But Dallas, Maddie, and Ramsey just don't seem as tightly knit as your group. So that's why he went after them. So then Joel is trying to, you know, sugarcoat it a little bit. He's like, Jared, I trust you the most out of your group of 3, and I'm not coming after you, so you just take that knowledge and enjoy it. So Jared's like, okay, that's great. If I win HOH next week, I'm not going to put you up. Like, we're still good. And he's still, you know, he's thinking in his head, this is Levita's fault. Blah. So Levita and Maddie had an interesting chat. Levita's like, are we good? Because she was saying that she feels like things are kind of weird between them, and she wants to make sure that they're going to stick together. So Maddie's like, well, I've heard you talking about me to other people. I don't like what you're saying. It's not cool. So she's letting Levita know, like, I don't play on a personal level. I just want you to know, even if there's some sort of, like, personal thing, I don't care. Like, it's all about the game for her. So they agree that underneath all that craziness, they're all good. So, I guess. This morning, they picked the players for the Power Veto competition. First, the host is Cassandra. And then the players, we have Joel, Kelsey, and Raul. And we have the extra players, Jared, Dallas, and Ramsey. This is an interesting bunch because it looks like half of them would definitely use the veto, and half of them definitely would not. So that's exciting. So then Joel was chatting with Mitch after the player draw, and he's really fired up to play in this power of veto. He really wants the nominations to stay the same so he doesn't have to get any more blood on his hands, and he wants either Raul or Kelsey to go home, and it seems like they're thinking Kelsey over Raul. So he's saying, worst case scenario, Jared wins the power veto, takes Kelsey off the block, then Joel would put up Tim as the pawn, and hopefully get rid of Raul. Alright, so things are very tense in the house today. Jared had some words for Levita. He pretty much accused her of brainwashing Joel. Like, really? So he was saying, like, oh, it wasn't just, like, one thing. I know that you've been doing this gradually since, like, the beginning of the game. And, Levita's like, those were his nominations, not mine. And Jared, like, starts raising his voice and yelling, and he's like, I think it's disgusting that you manipulate someone like that. I saw Joel walk down the stairs in tears the other day. And he's like, you're disgusting. Whoa. So then Levita is crying in the HOH, telling Joel what happened, and Joel's just like, no, I can't deal with this. So Joel goes to Jared and tells him, that was my decision. I make my own decisions. I live a gourmet life. I make myself nice dinners. All right, so that just happened. So then Joel goes back up to the HOH to join Levita and Cassandra. Cassandra and Levita are having their own little tense exchanges. It's really weird the way these two communicate with each other. But in the end, they kind of talk through their issues. And I feel like they made more progress today than they did the other day during the whole birthday party celebration. So they're saying, like, I want to build trust with you. I want to make this better. So it looks like they're actually making progress here. But we'll see. Because then Cassandra reports to Jared, oh, Levita was crying in the HOH for like half an hour. So Jared's like, well, those were just crocodile tears. So Cassandra also lets him know, like, Levita and I agreed to be civil to each other, so we'll see. Alright, so then Jared apologizes to Levita, which is all, like, great, whatever. And then Levita apologizes to him, too. What did you do wrong? You didn't do anything wrong. Come on now. So, anyway, they had the power veto today. It was a Western theme, it looked like. There was some stuff that happened before the power veto, too, that I'm going to talk about tomorrow, but I just wanted to give you this before we go because they just came back. But Dallas won the power veto. What? Alright, so it's going to be interesting. I don't think he's going to want to use it. But we'll see if they are proud enough, or they're too proud to try and work a deal. We'll see. I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but we'll pick it up there tomorrow. And let me know what you guys think in the comments. So until next time, much love.